What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Final Fantasy Vexus video. We got Dark Knight Duane here. Duane! And we're gonna go ahead and review him. So let's get started with his ST Mart. His true Byoga Blade has a 100% chance of poisoning, which may be useful in some aspect, but it has a 4-turn cooldown. You can use it on turn 1. And it also has extreme Nova frames 500 times, so it's 1,000 times mod. I mean, it's okay. I would if you're gonna pull for him, based on my review or not based on my review, whatever you, if you're deciding on pulling him anyways, I'd recommend just getting 2 of his ST Mars at least 2, minimum 2, because it might be useful. So that being said, let's move on. He has 150% fire amp with a lot of other smaller things tied to it. And also he has 8 times cap or 800% cap, so very valuable. You already know how that is with rain. Very valuable. Didn't think that he would have that, but he does. He has a 450% stat buff for allies and only in Clash of Wills, but that's the highest buff available. AMOE, Stardust Ray, whatever. And also Bolting Strike tag chains. So those are pretty good, right? So he has a variety of tag chains to do. On his SLB, he has 100 times mod boost for his LB, which is at maximum morale and also this mod boost. 650 times max modifier extreme Nova frames. It also has a recharge ability for the tag AMOE frames, so you don't have to worry. Even though it's AMOE, it's tagged, so you don't have to worry too much about it. It's also basically Carton 2.0 on this ability here, which 400 times, 425 times, and 700 times, and all of them are defense at 50% defense ignore. And the best part is it's to all enemies, so that's extremely powerful, especially since it's AOE. It'll be very good in, like, I don't know, other things, I guess, right? It's not tied to morale, so it's very nice. And now let's move on to his weaknesses, which are kind of nitpicks at best. His abuse are only for himself, and also they damage him. You know he's a Dark Knight, so of course that's going to happen. Thankfully, he doesn't have a lot of abilities that damage himself, so that's good at least. And the only thing that works, the only thing that his 450% buff works in Clash Rules only, so because it's tied to morale. And if you want optimal damage, you need EX2 or obviously EX3, but EX2 at minimum, because you allow him to be able to recharge that tag chain more often than at EX1. It'll take a long time to, even in Clash of Wills, it'll take some time. Obviously, you want to get that thing recharged as fast as possible to do more damage. And here's I mean, it's pretty good, but there's two sides of the coin here, guys. This leader skill covers a lot of characters in Clash of Wills, of course. On the other side, it's only 300%. But on the other side, it covers everybody's going to be getting those stats. But on the other end, it's only 300%. So it's not black and white, guys. Yes, it covers a lot of characters, but it's only 300%. There might be better in Anniversary. And if you boil it down to it, he is going to be the strongest at maximum, EX2, with lots of good equipment and good morale on your bar there, at least over 100%, of course. He's going to be the best damage dealer in Clash of Wills on his own. Of course, Rain and his leader skill will be better than his. But I'm being told, and I looked at myself, that he's going to be the best damage dealer. Of course, being the best damage dealer in Clash of Wills, I mean, there's so many other characters that are really strong too, so if you're free to play, if you're someone who's been, pulled everything on Rain, okay, so this guy is the best damage dealer. So what? How long is that gonna last? Because Anniversary is in a few months. How long is this guy gonna last? And he's not premium, so you may pull him off banner, you may pull him from an EX ticket, you may pull him for a 1 out of 10 ticket, as unlikely as that is going to be. Yes, he is. I can see you typing. He's the strongest damage dealer in Clash of Wills. Okay, cool. But how long is that going to last? Is it worth it to pull for the best damage dealer when you may already have a bunch of damage dealers already? You got to keep that in mind, guys. I already have Chizuru, 2B, you know, Rain. Who else? Tsukiko. A lot of other people. Do I really need the best when I've already got all of this stuff over here that can be valuable, right? So I'm gonna. Oh, that's not the right score. That was my first impression score. But then when I saw some of his passives and things, when I looked at it again, I'm gonna jump that up to 8.25. He's getting some demerits because he really requires a good amount of EX levels. He really requires to be under someone else's leader skill probably, because his own is just okay. His own is just, it's only 300%, so it's like last well tier of leader skills. But it's good and bad. It's good and bad, guys. It's not terrible, it's not horrible, but it's not good. Or I guess just say not great. He's the best damage dealer in the class of Wills, but like I said, there are so many damage dealers in the game, guys. You may have pulled for a bunch of them. It doesn't matter if this guy is the best damage dealer. Like I said, if you got all this stuff over here already that you've already got maxed and worked on and perfected and everything, then why should you really care about a small, like, it's not small, but I'm trying to convince you guys that this guy may have a lot of good stuff about him, but it's just like there's so much other stuff coming. There's a lot of premium units coming. You know, Squall and the Anniversary, whatever that's gonna be, and Ace and Lightning, and premium units are very expensive. This guy's not premium. You may pull him later. So if you're a whale, you're probably gonna pull for this guy. If you're not a whale, you're probably gonna complain about not being able to pull this guy. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. You're probably wringing Gumi's neck like, dude, I just pulled, I don't have anything, and make this guy. So 8.25, I think that's pretty fair. 8 times cap, very powerful. But he's SLB. He needs a lot of good stuff. Like, it's just, I understand why you guys may seem like he should be a 9 or maybe like a 9.5, but in the end, his buff only works in Clash of Wills, and he's just a damage dealer. So that's my final verdict, guys. You can flame in the comment section down below if this score is not good enough. But I feel like this is a pretty good score, considering that I've been pretty hard on a lot of units recently. I've been pretty strict. Even Rain only got an 8.5. So that tells you a lot, right? So look at this guy's leader skill. It's actually quite useful, quite good. The Degen budget option for Rain until he gets his own vision card, eventually EX3. It gives him 400% True Dual Wield, so pretty good. And True Dual Wield will be the most prevalent damage type other than TDH because of the 8 times cap. So if they're True Dual units and they don't have the 8 times cap, then obviously you'll still build them TDH. But for the most part, other than some specific characters like Lightning in the future, True Dual Wield will be much stronger. So there's some caveats there, like Genesis, for example, is going to be kept absolutely ridiculous in terms of damage on global. So hope you guys haven't been, if you don't know anything about Genesis, go ahead and look at my channel. He's ridiculous. And he's going to be more ridiculous on global. And so there's that vision card. Now, of course, there was no sneak peek on the Reddit, and there was no information in regards to his last ability there as of this video. So keep that in mind, guys. This may be like 1,000 times mod or something, because remember Ayaka's was like I think it was like 1,000 times or something. So it's probably gonna be around there. Stats are a bit low, but the 500 flat attack is not restricted, which is a good thing. So this could be equipped on anyone for the 500 flat stats, and also those killers are not restricted either. So in that regard, that's pretty good. At least the last one is restricted and not the other two. And here's the big thing, and I'm gonna start putting Lapis in terms of economy, Lapis economy in terms of some of my reviews, like in terms of cards and things, because you got to go all the way to the end of the step up to get this card, and that means you're gonna be pulling for this for Duane. And is it worth going all the way to the end of the step up just for this card? Maybe. If you're a whale, of course you're gonna go for this card. But if you're someone who's in the middle, or someone who's not even at all in this, and they're free to play, then this card's probably going to be outside of your range of your budget. because I'm gonna keep saying this pretty much every review that I'm going for, because it's a reality. There's Squall, there's Genesis, there's Zack if you still care about him, there's Ace, there's Lightning, there's Anniversary. So I gotta start talking about Lapis. I never really did back in the day, because there weren't many hard-hitting banners like this. There were some every now and then, but there were some banners you could skip. But now there's gonna be so many banners. Like I could count on all 10 fingers how many banners are coming out that are gonna be valuable or good for your Lapis in some regard. So this card's good, but is it worth pulling for free to play? No. That's basically how it's coming down to it. And let me know in the comment section down below if I'm off base, if I'm just not seeing this correct. I'm trying to look after your guys' Lapis. In the end, this channel is really coming down to it. I'm trying to save your guys' Lapis. I'm trying to, you know, make your Lapis go as far as possible when it comes to Lapis and things like that. So, you know, it's a hard reality where I'm saying, oh, skip this, skip that. Oh, this is not, you know, this is good, but don't pull, kind of a thing. It's kind of like a tease, but I have to be fair, but I have to also look out for your guys' Lapis. So, appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys always loving my channel. Or hating it. It's a love and hate relationship maybe, but with that regard, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you again. There's some of you guys who have been watching me for years, and I really, really appreciate that. That's crazy to me that people have been watching me for years at this point. That's really insane to me in a good way. So appreciate you guys hanging in there. If you're a new player, there's probably a lot of stuff out here that is really confusing to you, but I'm going to try to continue to review things in a fair and balanced manner. So if you like all that, if you like that, make sure to leave a like on the video. If you want to support the channel, click the join button to find out more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.